Happy Wednesday, everybody. For those of you that were at family reunion, welcome back. Let me take a look at some of the faces. Are the hangovers gone? Tasha's still hungover? Oh, no. Yeah, no? Oh, no. Oh, I'm sorry. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. I forgot about that, right? Right, Mike? Right, Mike? Right, Mike? Awesome. Good deal. Well, welcome in. Good to see y'all. Pretty powerful meeting today, so be ready. For some of you that weren't there on the last week, or maybe even missed the vision speech that we streamed in here, I'd be taking some notes. But let's get the day started. All right, who's got something good to share? Who's got something good? Oh, look at all this good stuff. Thank you, Norm. What you got, Kimber V?
Hey, I had a great reunion, and I want to tell everyone that our company really has our best interest in mind beyond selling houses. See my shirt?
Mm-hmm.
Buy dirt.
Mm-hmm.
There's a whole division of Keller Williams now dedicated to wealth building, and it has finally exploded. It has caught on. I went through the all the classes I could manage while I was there to learn about what do you do with the money when you actually make some instead of spend it all on new cars and fancy watches. Um, and I'm hoping that we'll have some really great opportunities to share with you guys, masterminding, panel discussions, whatever, to talk about what we've learned. I want to share this with you guys. I don't want to work hard into my 80s. I feel like it's worth earning your leisure, and this is a path to do it. The other thing is, I actually got all the appointments set while I was gone, came back, worked my tail end off, and I've got two under contract, multiple offers. I couldn't believe
Good
it.
deal. Look at that. Market's heating up.
The market is waking up.
The market is absolutely waking up. And Kimbra, you mean to say you're going to use your money to make more money?
Yeah.
Oh, man. What a novel idea. We have CW back there who's ready to really share. Good to see you, CW.
Good to see you guys also. I've been doing this a few years. And while you guys were in Vegas, I listed the biggest listing I've ever gotten. So it's 450 acres near Belleville and 10 million bucks. So
all right.
And when you guys find a buyer for that, somebody wants to be a Texas cowboy, then I got another 650 that they'll list with me. So bring it on.
Yeah, awesome. It only took 50 years, right, CW? Anybody else? That's just license. That is correct.
Hi, I'm a 2 month agent and was having a lot of anxiety. But this weekend, a contract is finalized. So
All right. Welcome.
a lot of anxiety. I'm like, can I do this? But I have to do this. Thanks, Nimesh, for getting me in here.
First of many.
And
Right?
Israel gets a big shout out.
Absolutely. First of many, right? First of many. Who else got something good? Anybody online? Anybody online? We should, right? Going once, going twice. All right, we have a packed meeting, so let's rock and roll. All right, our upcoming events. Do not forget that Monday through Friday, still going on. It will go on forever. Every morning at 9 o'clock, lead gen with leaders. So come join us in here and knock your lead gen out. Okay, so right here in the training room. Every Thursday, we are continually having the Agent Productivity 30, 60, 90 that's streamed on Zoom. March 6th, we have Understanding Surveys class. March 28th, we have a job fair. All right, so let's get into it. Okay, first and foremost, there is a major announcement when it comes to rescheduling. Our risk management with Marilyn O'Neill is actually moving days. Okay, it's going to be on Tuesdays every month, and it's moving to the last Tuesday of every month starting at 10 a.m. now. So there's an adjustment in day, week, and time. So please take a note of that. Last Tuesday of every month at 10 a.m. There will be an email about it and a Facebook post. Okay, cool. Everybody's got that noted. Again, remember, lead gen with leaders every morning right here in the training room. 9 o'clock to 10 o'clock is when you'll at least have one of us in here, at least one of us in here. We encourage you to join us. It's a lot of accountability and a little bit of good time, and you get to see Israel's playlist, right, of some lady cooking and dancing, and yes. You have to be here to see it. That's my point. right? Again, Agent Productivity 30, 60, 90, KW MAPS program that we have the benefit of having for you guys currently. It takes place every Thursday from 3 to 3:30. It's a quick 30 minutes on Zoom, super powerful. The feedback we're getting from a lot of producing agents that are hopping on that, it's absolutely amazing. I would not miss it. It's the same link every Thursday. You'll see it tomorrow in the Facebook group again, reposted, okay? So I encourage you to join. Correct. Yes, some of the best executive coaches of MAPS. Awesome. Yes, absolutely. Counting down to the finish line there. So definitely take advantage of that. Okay, I don't know where the mic went. Here.
Okay, just to let you know, and I will be providing more details as we go because I'm still reaching out to all of our teams or potential teams for this. We are having an office-wide job fair. Office-wide job fair. So this is an opportunity for you to explore some other opportunities out there if that's kind of where your career is pointing towards. So it is happening right here in the Morris Training Room on March 28th from 10 to 2 p.m. If you are currently a team or you're a solo agent building a team and I have not gotten to you yet personally, and you have opportunities out there, please reach out to me. You guys can text me at 281-658-7012. Y'all should all know my number by now. Y'all should all know my number now. Y'all have grace. Or you can email me at vernakj@kw.com. By next week, we'll have a QR code on there if you are interested so that you can submit some of your requests and different things of that sort. So hopefully you find that to be valuable. We value all of our agents here, and we would love to support you however we can.
Absolutely. Well said. Yep. See you there. All right. Who's got the ALC minute?
All right, Kimbra, come on up. Share with us your ALC minute.
This is what you get when you got Yana in the office. Hey, build on the wealth.
Yeah. So does anyone know what wealth building like really means? What does it mean to you?
She helped you out. She said, what does it mean to you?
It could mean anything. Passive. Okay.
Passive income.
Letting it grow.
Yeah, taking your money and putting it to work for you so you have to work a little less and still have the same, or keep working hard, and that's just building up for the future. One of the things that I enjoyed so much this division offered for us, and I'm hoping it will come back again soon, the main presenters, Brett Tanner,
Gabby,
Gabby. Anyway,
yeah.
Brett catches my attention. He's gorgeous.
Well, he's the best.
I'd listen to him anywhere.
I was just about to follow that up, and she slid that in there. I was like,
it's an online class that I signed up for, $299 for 8 weeks. It's a 1-hour Zoom with them, and you can see everybody on there. There's question and answer, and also and directions, links, who to call, as you learning. But just like your first year in real estate for a lot of us, it was like drinking through a fire hose. And I'm going to have to take it again because I didn't get it all. And that was what was so lovely, to touch on those subjects again and figure out, okay, what's my next step at Reunion? If you see it coming along, that's a really great step for you to take. Very small investment in yourself. And it gets you off to a good start. Keep watching for it. Hope we'll find out soon when that is.
Yeah, we'll let you know. So yeah, the class she's referring to is called 8 Weeks to Wealth. 8 Weeks to Wealth. It's provided by KW Wealth, an amazing community. If you guys would like info, please reach out.
Hey, Nimesh, also Brett Tanner has a YouTube channel that is at no cost. If you have not seen his YouTube channel, I highly encourage you to search YouTube. He has some excellent videos, 30 minutes, quick classes that you can definitely tap into, and it's an excellent value.
He's amazing. Amazing. Good deal. Awesome. Greg.
Thank you.
Oh, please. Come on. Oh, here.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. Appreciate
See?
it.
And the expectation. You got to make sure.
Hello, how you doing? My name is Greg. I'm your marketing director. Just a few updates and things for you guys to know. So one, all of you should have received an email about your headshot. Yes? Who didn't receive it? All right, so what happened is you didn't check your email. So, so I have the data, I have receipts. So everyone received the email, but I'll resend it again if that needs to. But the idea was, if we don't have your headshot on file, we want to make sure we have your headshot on file. And if we already have a headshot on file, you may have a one that you want to update, and we will make sure we update that headshot. So, oh, this guy, he has a great headshot. I seen your Facebook is looking really good. But idea is to, yeah, it comes from Agent Marketing Desk, right? But the email says, first name.
Yes.
Do you want to update your headshot? Like, that's literally the subject of the email. So we send it out to everybody, but check your email. We'll send it out again because I know we still missing a few headshots, and we want to make sure we have everything because that helps us help you when we create marketing content for you. So it kind of speeds up the process, essentially. You're going to start receiving other requests as well because, we want to make sure we have your logos on file. So that sometimes that is necessary for when you win awards and other things. We just want to make sure we have everything up to date. So just expect more emails regarding that. Also, this past weekend, you should have received your email regarding Shredding Hunger. So you guys got that? Oh, so if you got one, you got the other. What do you mean? Oh, man, like you guys, it's from the same email address. Oh. All right, but listen, so we are basically Shredding Hunger is May 4th, so that's in a couple months. I know we like to promote early and make sure we have a successful event. Last couple of times, we had about 200 cars come by, so really great way to touch your database. I mean, it's your event. That's why we create branded flyers for you guys. Going forward, we're going to have some classes on explaining how to use the event to market your business and how to generate leads, how to use it for door knocking, how to use smart plans, et cetera, et cetera. So just stay tuned for that, where you're going to have some updates on Shredding Hunger.
We have a lot of new faces in here. Just tell them what Shredding Hunger is.
Oh, man, good job. So basically, Shredding Hunger is essentially is a way to give back to the community. So we'll have 2 shredding trucks, and people in the community can have their sensitive documents shredded in exchange for donating food. The food goes to East Fort Bend Human Needs Ministry. So basically, it's a drive-through. So we have people in the office also volunteer. You yourself can also donate and have your own papers shredded. We do it post-tax season, so that's why it's May 4th. So a lot of people have their sensitive documents, and it's at no cost. Just the idea is that we want to essentially use a food drive. So cool. And we've been doing it every year for I forget how many years, but we do it twice a year.
Before us, right?
Yeah. It's been going on for a while. We do it twice a year, one in the spring and again later in the fall. Give where we live. And like you said, you guys got your agent branded flyer. This is regarding just the listing marketing that we offer. And just a reminder, so we are taking requests. If you needed some marketing content for your listing at no cost, we'll create flyers for you, social media content, Instagram reel, and a landing page. And then going forward, we're working on, improving the systems where we're proactively creating it for you. So right now it's based on requests. So you just kind of send a request on the website, go to agentmarketingdesk.com, just click on request listing marketing, and then we create it for you. It takes about 2 business days to receive your content. But like I said, going forward, we're going to actually start proactively creating content for you. So just kind of go ahead. No, it's ready now. So send a request.
Just go to kwsw25.com.
Yeah, send a request.
There's the agent, yeah.
Yep, send a request, and we'll take care of it for you. So it takes about 2 business days. You get all the content. It goes, eventually we're going to speed up that process, but right now, so far, we've got maybe 50, 60 requests from agents and across all the agents we work with. So far, so good. Is Bincy here?
Yeah, she was here. Bincy's back there.
Bincy and Rima. All right, so first I'm going to play a video, but then Bincy and Rima, I think I'm going to need your help kind of talking a little bit more about Sarah. But we sponsored this event, a really great event. It was a gala. This was the first gala. So I'm going to play the video going through the event, and they're going to talk a little bit more about Sarah. Bincy, don't be shy. Come up here. Right. But this is the video. So we sponsored the event. We had a table there. It's a great way that we connect with other agents in the community. And here,
I am so honored to be the first to welcome you to SAREP's annual gala, our first ever annual gala. And in all of our cultures, American, South Asian, wherever it is, this is a really big deal for us. We're so excited, we're so energized, we're so happy to be here.
So as we kick off this evening's festivities, let's celebrate the unity, the achievements, and the future of Sarup. Here's to us, to our community, and to the incredible journey that lies ahead. It was a coming together of the right group of visionaries, leaders. They injected life into this organization.
SAREP is the South Asian Real Estate Professionals. We were founded at the very end of 2022 and we launched our first event in 2023. And it is an organization here in Houston that supports anyone that serves South Asian families in the greater Houston area with real estate. It could be realtors, it could be any affiliate members. We are both at Keller Williams Southwest, and we're so honored that many of our KW Southwest family are already members of SAREP, and we invite everyone else to also join and consider partnering with us to learn a little bit more about our culture and how you can better serve clients that are coming from the South Asian culture.
Want to give a quick couple words on how they can find out more and maybe sign up and. You guys, don't be shy. Come up here.
Get up there.
Come over here. Let's go.
So Rima made them cut out what she was talking. She said she was too shy, but she did an amazing job. So, hi guys, I'm new to the office. I joined this year, but I've been part of Keller Williams in the past for about 8 years. Happy to be here. South Asian Real Estate Professionals is a group of folks that came together in 2022, but we launched in 2023, and looking just to support agents of all backgrounds. You don't have to be South Asian. Agents of all backgrounds as you serve South Asian clients. So, you know, the way the world was divided, South Asia is considered part of Asia, but a very distinct culture on the subcontinent, and includes people from countries like India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, even Nepal, you know, going into Bhutan, some of the northern countries as well. So we invite all of you to join us as members. You will see a lot of our events coming up throughout the year. We have expert panels planned. We typically have a lot of social events. So apparently we like to party and get dressed up and have excuses to wear our desi clothes. But we also have just a lot of really, we had a women's panel for Women's Month last year, last March. And we had a luxury panel, I think that's planned for this year. And we have a bus tour of developments in Houston planned as well this year. So you'll see a lot more news coming up. So feel free to join us at our events and as a member. And thank you to KW. It really, like, there was no other brokerage that sponsored a table. You guys, you know, we were the only ones, and it definitely stood out. So thank you, and thank you for the video.
Oh.
Yeah.
And I would like to add, as an ALC member and also a co-chair for DEI, the Diversity, Equity, and Inclusions, I would definitely recommend everybody to join SAREP so that we'll know more culture and how to include other cultures and other members, and learn more from SAREP as well, like as they have included luxury and other events as well, right? So join. Let me reach out to Bincy or me how to include that, how to become a member. So thank you all. It was really fun event. I wish everybody were there as well.
Next year.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you. Round of applause, everyone.
Good job, guys.
And that's all I have for you guys. Thank you.
Oh, is that it? That's it?
That's it. That's all I got.
Let's see, what do we got now? Yeah, all right. We're ready to roll.
We are ready to roll. Are you? Awesome. So do we have any others? Here we go. Perfect. So last week we have attended our national convention, Keller Williams Family Reunion, that happens every year. We went to Vegas, also gambled a lot. A lot of agents lost money, smelled like a smoke. Half of us got sick, but here we are, full of ideas. And it was excellent value provided by KW this year with two excellent speakers, Tony Robbins and Mel Robbins. However, we wanted to share and bring back a value to you guys. So Nimesh and I are going to share and talk about a few slides whenever it comes to market trends. And then we are going to invite our panel to share some ahas. However, what we would also like to offer is we are going to offer these slides to be customized so you guys can post it on your social media and you become the local expert whenever you're working with your buyers and sellers as well. So let's go ahead and let's start with our annual home sales. So over here, what are you going to see is actually a trend, which is very interesting as far as obviously a significant drop from 2021. Now we are looking at 2023, we were at 4.1. However, look at the projection in 24. Really good trend whenever we are looking at what's going to happen in the next few years. Obviously, a few factors that we are going to be discussing a few slides down whenever it comes to interest rates, affordability, etc. And yet, looks like we are headed the right direction.
Absolutely. And the one thing that Gary said on this that you want to be mindful of, even though we're seeing a spike and an increase here, is that, hey, it's still going to be challenging. The market is not going to just give us anything, right? So what do we need to do? Work and take it back, right? So that's a big piece coming into here. And as we're getting into this, just a reminder that yes, we will get you these slides. And also Gary's vision speech, the entirety of it is already available. So if you weren't there and you missed the stream that we had here in the training room, you can now go in yourself and be able to watch the entirety of the vision and state of the company. Okay?
Nimesh, where can they find it?
Yes, it's on KW Connect. So you can either go to kwconnect.com and it's the first thing on there, or you can just click the Connect tab in Command and you're going to see that right at the top. Okay? Good deal. All right, here we go. Home prices.
All right, Nimesh, take it away. Talk about it.
Absolutely. Okay, so home prices obviously steadily increased, but we saw this massive spike. Norm, can we take care of that real quick, buddy? Thank you. We're seeing this massive spike, and what you're seeing in this teal line here is your natural appreciation rate over the years. And a healthy national appreciation rate of properties is actually a 4% appreciation rate over the years, right? Yet, and where was our last biggest debacle, right? Our debacle was in 06 or after 06, right? Between 2008 and 2010, where in 06, when the market really took off, we were actually 24% above the trend line. Okay, that's how home prices, how much it had skyrocketed in 06, yeah, right? That's why we had this massive downturn, which obviously then during COVID kind of, it caught back up. If you look at today, we're actually 9.3% above the trend line. We're only 9.3% over what we should be at. Does it feel like that outside right now with home prices? No, it feels a lot worse, doesn't it? But it's actually not. And the reason why we feel it is because over the last 36 months, our median home prices have actually gone up 100K. Okay, and that's why we're feeling it. And that's why it's important to be able to convey this message to our clients, right? Because who's supposed to be the one that's educating them? Absolutely. And what makes us different from maybe any other agent out there is this. We're smarter. Absolutely, right? We went from a speed-based market to a what? Skill-based market. So how are you going to be skilled? It's with information like this. Right? So that's why we want you guys to have the slides, and you should be able to articulate this to your clients, right? Anything you want to add to that?
Well, the only thing that I would add, I want to make sure that for those of you guys that are looking at such a slides for the first time, this is a nationwide data, right?
Absolutely.
Now, our data is market specific. So Fort Bend County, Harris County, obviously those numbers might look slightly different, and yet it is very important that you also study the national market. So that way you're able to explain it to your clients, because what they are hearing on TV is what? Based on the nationwide data.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
There, and then bring them and tone them in, even down to the neighborhoods you are working in, right?
Mm-hmm.
Become the local expert.
Right. And again, she said, become the local expert. The big thing is if sharing this, or you're not going to be that local expert with your client, well, where are they getting this info from then? Right? If they're even you think they're hopping on Google and actually searching this? Probably not. So either they're not having it at all, or they're getting it from national media, which we know how that goes, right? Quick thing here that I found really profound is that the statistics show that if we were to get back to that 4% trend line, we'd have to have zero appreciation for the next 4 to 6 years. We know that's not happening, right? So what's that? Yeah, very unlikely. In fact, with this, what Yana was just talking about coming back here, I don't know what, with our home sales prices we're starting to see a projection to increase. Well, we're already seeing that here because over the last 3 months, we've already seen appreciation 3 to 5%. Okay, again, on a national scale. All right, good deal. Okay.
All right. So what we see over here is the annual appreciation. Now, very interesting fact over here, what has happened from '06 to '11, right? And then obviously we all felt this increase of 12.5%. And then you also see the significant jump, 23 to 24. However, look at the projection. Exactly, still going up.
Yeah, absolutely. Right. So again, but we did see it. We all felt it, right, in the market where the home prices that now they started gradually increasing instead of the spikes that we were seeing over the last couple of years. The biggest thing on this was what? Why didn't we see too much of an influx? Is because we still have low inventory, right? So what happened was we have low inventory and low demand, which equaled the low appreciation now, right? So low inventory and low demand made the appreciation kind of curb there. Good deal. All right, here's inventory as a whole.
Yeah, so that just basically tells you that, pretty healthy based on what we are seeing over here. So 21, 2.3, obviously that will most likely not happen for another decade or who knows for how many years. 3.1, still a very low inventory based on the nationwide data. Comparing to 08, 09, 10, 11, right? Mm-hmm. But even if we look at 16, 17, 18, 19, we are still below at 3.1.
Yeah. See, so here's the thing, and this was a great insight. So I'm going to actually quote Gary directly from the vision speech, is that, hey, look, we're always going to be in a relationship-based business, all right? It's more important than ever now when there's just not enough inventory out there, right? So what do we need to do? We need to offer unique value. You need to offer unique value, and you can charge unique values. If you offer unique values, you can charge unique values, okay? And you have to stay in relationships. Otherwise, this industry can get really challenging. It's directly from Gary, and it's more important than ever.
Question. If you guys are studying a local market, who over here in the audience knows how many months of inventory do we have in Fort Bend County?
Oh, one's there.
One?
Nope.
2 months. 2.3, okay? So we have 2 agents at 2.4, okay? What about the rest? Harris County, anybody studies that? I want to expand on that. Yet, how do we get that information? Raise your hand if you don't know how to get that information. It's okay.
Do or do not.
If you do not. Okay, a few of you. Kimbra, where do you get that number?
Yeah, you said 3.8. Yeah.
And it shows you how many months of inventory there are. There's 2 divisions. Big number by 6 months, and then the actives by whatever that results in.
Yeah. Another option is you can go to HER.com under reports and pull it up that way as well.
Hey, all right. Time out. Time out, though. I love this, though.
No.
Yes. Yes. I was going to do the same thing, but I wasn't going to just drop the hammer, right? Like, yeah. Right. Well, here's the thing, right? I make this analogy at what we say about CMAs, right? You can easily put an address in and click a button. You're going to get a general idea, right? The way Kimber just explained it is the real way on how to do it.
No, that is the real way on how to do it. But if you're like Yana, that got lost on the second math equation, you go to reports.
Yeah. Yes.
Mike.
Yes.
By zip code. Just ask Andy to send you the report by zip code.
By Andy, we mean Barbara. Yes. Barbara. Yes.
All right, but going back to the months of inventory. So when Kimbra said we are at 2 months of inventory for Benton County, what does that mean? But what does it mean? What does it mean when I say months of inventory?
To sell with someone.
Exactly.
Yeah, let's
What
get
that
on.
chart doesn't tell you when you're on a listing appointment trying to explain this market, you also need to pay attention to the option pending and pending continue to show. So say I had 3.8 sold over that 6-month period, but there's only 2 pending. What's that telling you?
Mhm.
Market is slowing.
Yes.
It is not going to sell 3.8 this month. And those are the messages you need to take to your sellers, and they're like, "Oh, that helps you price properly."
Yeah, absolutely.
Really quickly, hyper local, right?
Yes.
So Pecan Grove versus New Territory versus Riverstone. I mean, know your
Completely different
market, right?
story.
Even in Fort Bend, neighborhoods sell differently, right?
Mhm.
Woodlands compared to Sugarland. So yes, we can run the quick report. You know, that's what we typically do, like 2.4 months. But knowing what's happening in your hood is super important when you have those conversations with the sellers, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Right, Cedar.
As you're going there. So when she asked, Gigi and Yana asked the question about, do you know about Houston? We're a transient type area, right? We have a lot of people coming from all over the world. And when they come, they're trying to figure out, sometimes they say, yes, I want to be in Sugarland. Yes, I want to be this. But how can you articulate the value if you don't understand what's happening in the neighboring cities next to it? Right? So that's the importance of understanding what's happening in the greater Houston area, Houston specifically. Sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead, CW.
Anyway, I was just going to say that one of the programs that's available to a CMA Snap does this in like it's specific to the listing that you're trying to take. So that's really valuable there. And it shows you what the months were like 6 months ago or last year at the same time and where it is now. So it's really good information. And then another thing, if you guys aren't using an HAR, you're not using the report section, it's pretty cool stuff. Because if you know who you're going up against, it'll tell you like how many days on the market your average listings are, how many, and you can also find out theirs.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. Hang on.
HR representatives go over common reports. Done.
Okay, and while we're at it, and since CW brought up CMA Snap and how it's a great tool, I don't have much more information on this quite yet, and that's why I did not share it today. Yet we all should have received an email yesterday right around 2:30. CMA Snap actually has now directly partnered with KW, and it's going to be integrated into Command. Okay, so FYI. I don't know any more than that yet, but we'll get some more info. Okay. No, it's still it's a bolt-on piece, right? So it's not included with Command. Again, I don't know more details. Okay, I do know it's going to integrate with it. That's all I know. Okay. Yeah, for us it is. That's not what it's going to be for the rest of KW. I'm telling you that right now, though. Okay, so we special. Okay. All right, let's move on to mortgage rates, our favorite subject.
Do we have a lender? Come on, Matthias. Come tell us about the mortgage rates. This is what we are seeing that's happening on the national level. This is Matthias with Home USA. And we are seeing 6.81 as of 23. Talk to us a little bit more about what are you seeing?
How's it going, guys? I'm Matthias with Home USA Mortgage. And yeah, that's what we're all waiting for, right? So
I'm waiting for 2.5.
Yeah, we're all waiting for that. So yeah. By a show of hands, how many people do you have that you've spoken with and are essentially waiting for interest rates to go down? I'm pretty sure we have a lot of hands, right? Even my personal clients are waiting for the same thing. We've seen a little bit of a downward spiral when it comes to interest rates. We were close to the 8s a couple of months ago. So we're starting to see the 6s. Maybe we're down to the low 7s now. But we haven't seen the changes that we wanted to. We are projected to see interest rates go down a little bit. Yeah, I wish I knew, and I wish I could tell you it's guaranteed, but we don't know that. If I knew that, I'd be a millionaire. So with that said, I think it's important to let your clients know that the right time to buy is now, right? We can always refinance later, and we can always jump those hoops whenever the time comes. But as far as interest rates go, they are what they are. We are seeing 6.81. If you can get that today, lock it in, because that's a great interest rate. So we have projections of it potentially going down, and we're hoping for that. It has a lot to do with the bonds and things like that. So I wish I could tell you more about what's going to happen, but that's where we are now. What I say is capitalize on your clients now and just tell them, hey, we can refinance later. Because what's going to happen whenever if interest rates do go to the fives, what's going to happen?
Yep.
Prices are going to go up, demand's going to go up. So that $350,000, $400,000 house is now going to cost somebody what? $450,000. We're going to have a competitive market again. So use that to your advantage. That's what I'm starting to do with my clients, what I've been doing in the past few months. So, well, best of luck to everybody. That's all I got.
Thank you. Appreciate you, buddy.
One question. Yes, sir. Look, you talk about buy downs. And if I have a client that says, I'm not going to do it 6.81.
Yes.
How do we get them to say, well, as you get our buy down, you can at least buy a year or two of insurance?
That is a great alternative. Thanks for bringing that up. So buy downs work. It's a seller concession, right? So it has to be part of the contract where the seller essentially has to give that credit back to the client. The way that works is if you do a 3-1 buy down, you essentially get 2% lower interest rate for the first year, right? And then it goes up by 1% the next year, and then it stays at the full rate by year 3. So let's say assume that 7%, and you do the 3-1 buy down. That means the first year you're going to pay a 5%, second year 6%, and by the third year you're going to be locked at the 7%. So that is a great sell strategy or a buyer strategy for you to potentially work that out with your contracts and your transactions. So there's really not much else to that. Just know that it has to come from seller concessions. Make sense? Okay.
Thank you. Great info. Thank you.
Yeah, and the point of all this, guys, right, is be that expert, right? Be able to articulate these and have these options for your clients because they have no idea, right? So if we look at this interest rate, right now everybody thinks the sky's falling because it's what have you done for me lately? And all us in the real estate industry have short-term memories. But you look over the years, the average interest rate is 7.74%. So theoretically, we're actually below it right now. Heck, if we even look at modern history from 1990 on, if we take out this craziness that happened in the 80s that only CW remembers, right? We're at 5.98, right? We're at 5.98%. We're at 6%. We're at the average. We're at roughly the average interest rate right now.
Take out the outliers over there in the 80s, then also take out what happened in 20, right, where we dipped all the way down, and you will see we will be in the 60s.
Mm-hmm.
So we are averaging out where we're supposed to be anyway.
Right. And this goes back to that conversation about home prices go up when interest rates go down, right? So again, all right.
Super quickly, yeah, let's just skim through it. So affordability, what does that mean whenever I see 32% 2023, Namat?
Absolutely. So this year in 2023, it takes an average of 32% of a consumer's income is what goes to their mortgage payment. Okay, whereas in 2012, even 2020, at the beginning of the pandemic, it only took 18% of their income to be able to afford their home mortgage payment, right? To where now it takes 32%. That's just inflation.
Hey, fun fact, look at 1981, 49%.
Half of your income went to your home. And you had to apparently wait in line for gas. Yeah.
Right, but 1980, the price is far less than what it is right now.
Absolutely.
By now.
By now.
All right, can you repeat what Peter said?
So Peter was saying that, hey, at the time though, like home prices comparatively were way lower, right? Even when you factor in inflation. So it's actually, you're better off buying now, right? So buy now because, right? You want to repeat anything that you just said there?
I mean, in 1980, the houses were like 150,000.
Right. For a really nice house, $1 million house now. Correct. Yeah, absolutely. Sure. Yeah. Good deal. All right.
All right. Unemployment annual. So just to highlight, look what has happened. 08, 010. Now, obviously 20 when we have seen COVID, right? And then 21. Pretty steady what we see in 22, 23. Very healthy. They project seeing the same trend. So it looks like we are headed the right direction.
Sure.
That is
This
national. Exactly.
Correct.
Yes.
So
people.
Sure.
The influx of people down here in Texas in 2021, 2, and 3, and it's still continuing.
Absolutely.
So,
Yeah.
so unemployment shrank.
Yeah, with our economy here in the state of Texas, we're actually way better than this. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. All right. I thought this was pretty powerful, right? Personal savings rate, we're at 4.5% now. The average is 5.2. So it's essentially what's happening is people are spending their money. Okay, our average savings rate has gone down considerably. As you can see, it spiked here in 2021. Why? Do you remember the conversations we were having at that time? People were what? Hoarding their money, right? Not using it. Everybody was fearful of COVID. Well, we're getting back there, right? We're getting back there. All right.
All right, inflation, we see that we have seen a huge peak in 21, 6.4%, right? A very steady decline, 22, 23, and this is the projection of 24 to 25, looking at 3.9, 3.4. Now, this is the fun fact. Look at that, projection of 2% in 25.
Should be good, right? Looking forward to that. Oh, love this one. This used to be Chad's favorite one too, that they showed it for the first time last year. This is talking about affordability in perspective, right? Affordability in perspective. And over the last 23 years, since 2000, as we've seen, there's nearly a 90% increase in home sales pricing, right? Which you think is crazy, yet look at some of these other numbers. Right? Hospital services has gone up a staggering nearly 240% compared to 23 years ago. Right? College tuition has gone up 178%. And the funny thing in this is that either you go to school or go to the hospital, you're going to be paying an arm and a leg, right? Right? College textbooks, medical care, all of these are, but if you look at the average hourly wages, they've gone up 94%. So our income has actually gone up more than the cost of housing. Okay? Good sign. Good sign. Here's the funny part though. TVs have gone down nearly 98%, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's kind of cool. All right. First time homebuyers. This was when we looked at it this morning was pretty nice, positive outcome, right?
Absolutely. 32. And what we know in the state of Texas, we actually see, a significant or higher than national number of first time home buyers. So definitely a very healthy number and a big jump from 2022.
Yeah, good sign. Good sign.
All right. Primary reason for purchasing a home. So over here, you see the difference in the percentages, right? 2023, desire to own a home was 26%, desire for a larger home, and then the third one would be desire to be closer to family and friends. As you see, over the years, that has significantly increased. The big impact on this number, obviously, is COVID. Right? People just had the opportunity to reevaluate what's really important to them. That's why you see the big jump 2021, 2022, and then 2023.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you. Your message.
Must matches.
The market.
Yep. Absolutely. Absolutely. And what I see here, 22 to 23, we're starting to see an increase. This could have been a bit of a pause because of the way the market was. And now people are getting confidence in, right? Consumers are getting confidence in purchasing their home now, right? With the numbers that are getting out there. People are probably just getting used to the actual market.
Wouldn't that be also a factor of the fact that rent went up?
100%.
Sure. That's a huge factor. Huge factor. Absolutely.
And then also the age, the average age of a first time home buyer has significantly decreased over the years.
Yep.
So, all right. Over here, what we see is how long the people stayed in their previous home. So, actually, a big jump. If you look at 2021, right, 1 year or less, 8%. Now, 2022 and 2023, we are looking at 4 and 2%. And then 2 to 3 years, we are looking at 12% in 2023. And then the average, which is still a pretty significant number. Look at that, 25%, 21 years or more. Those are your opportunities, especially considering how much equity they have to be sitting on.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right.
All right. Go ahead.
Yeah. First step in the buying process, right? Just to quickly point this out, of course, the number one resources these days are what? Online, right? So online, 41% of the consumer look for properties online, 20% went straight to an agent. Okay, 20% went straight to an agent. But here's the thing, even if they found them online, 88% of the consumers still used an agent for their transaction. Okay, so we are absolutely so relevant. This goes back to we're a relationship-based business, right?
Can we stick on this one? Because there's a huge increase from 2022 to 2023. Look at that. From 28%, we are all of a sudden 50% whenever it comes to open house.
They are back.
Are you telling me that open houses don't work?
Yeah.
Also, don't spend money on a billboard.
Does it? That is pretty funny. Wait, newspaper advertisement. Newspaper still exist?
Guess so.
Guess so. All right. Where did buyers find the homes that they purchased? 52% the internet. That's obvious, right? 28% got it straight from their agent right there. Okay, those are majority of it.
What buyers want from their agent? Help finding the right home to purchase. Shocker.
Yeah.
Help negotiating sales terms, 12%. Help with price negotiations, 11%. Help with paperwork. Price of CMA, right? Or providing a CMA. And then determine with buyer what they can afford. So obviously, for you, consider your value proposition whenever you're working with buyers, and make sure you have the buyer's rep.
Yes, huge. All right, how buyers found their agents. 43% were referred by a friend, family, or relative, right? And then 13% used agents previously to buy or sell a home. We have 43% that was Sphere database. Why do you think we always hone in on that, right? Or they previously used an agent, so they worked with you previously, which probably came from your Sphere and your database originally, right?
Yeah.
So that's huge, right?
Yeah, but Nimesh,
56%.
let's actually stay on this just for a second, because 13% is a very low number.
It is a low number.
And what that tells us that buyers are not loyal to their agent. They are loyal to the standards that the agent provide. And so many of you have a limiting belief of, oh, that agent is dominating the market, or that agent's been working with that client forever. Those numbers that we see over there, 13%, does not necessarily support your limiting belief.
It does not, right?
It's Zillow.
That's part of the story.
Can I say something here?
They're coming in through like realtor.com, and they call us up, and then they're getting their agents through
Sure, that's one way.
Zillow,
Yeah.
Premier, whatever it is.
Yeah,
That can
that's
also-
one way.
yeah.
There's no loyalty.
There is not. If you're building a business through those means, that there's absolutely no loyalty. 100% correct. I think, was that
We had
Gloria?
somebody online.
I think it was Gloria.
Yeah, that was me. Okay, funnily enough, I've been looking at Quail Valley. I have someone that I work with over there for something else, not real estate. And I was looking at, hey, this would be a good place for me to kind of, market. Now, what I found with a couple of the people who live there, they're very loyal to their realtor. That realtor's covered that entire location, and she's part of the like a board. And no homeowner would be willing to sell would not be represented if it wasn't her. That's the word that I've heard, and that's Quail Valley is quite a it's a small knit community, but there's still enough houses in there, and they're all pretty loyal to her, and she's been there for a good 20-30 years, so I can understand that.
Yeah.
What do you do in a circumstance like that? She works for Better Homes and Gardens. She's a broker for Better Homes and Gardens.
Yes.
One of my favorite books is called Sacred Cows Makes the Best Burgers. And what you'll find, I don't care who dominates the market. You can look at Pecan Grove. It was Donna Baltera, Hannah Johnson, up now Kimbra. New Territory, it was me. Then Great Wood, it was Cecil Petchel. But everybody, there's just always turnover. And if it might take you a little bit longer, but everybody's vulnerable if you just keep your name out there and provide service. It's all about the service. It's all about eye-to-eye contact. And you can get any market you want. Because some people aren't going to like that person owns the whole thing.
Yeah, agreed.
I'm not sure who was speaking online, but I would suggest you go to MLS, search back the last 2, maybe 3 years, and look to see who the dominating agents are, because in the last couple of years, I've not seen anyone specifically dominating any neighborhood. I see more people listing their house with one-off brands and not necessarily the big players.
Yeah.
So maybe do the research and find out that whoever told you that wasn't telling you the truth.
Yep. Agree. Good deal.
Great suggestion. Thank you.
All right. All right. We're going back to MREA. You know, I have a t-shirt that says the MREA bleep is relevant, still relevant. Here's the case. Nothing has changed. 71% of buyers went with the first agent they met with, and 17 went with another 17 went with the second. So we're talking a staggering 88% never got to the third agent, right? That's why we always talk about focus on the appointment. Everything else will take care of itself. Focus on the appointment. Okay, anything to add to that? All right, most important factors for buyers: experience, honest, and trustworthy, and reputation. All right, friends or family? That makes sense. We hear that all the time, right? Nothing out of the ordinary. All right, sellers. You're not going to see a dramatic difference. Again, Sphere and database, 40%, right? Or previously used. The sellers have a slightly bit of an advantage, 26. Truly believe that that's still a low number, right? That's still a low number. That it's in the MREA that 80 to 90% of the consumer says that they would work with their agent again, yet how many actually end up working with them? Very low. It was the numbers that we saw, right? 12%, 26%. We're not staying, we're not keeping the mind share with our clients, right? We're not following up. Same principle here when it comes to the sellers, 81%. If you get the listing appointment, it's yours. 81% of the consumer doesn't get past the first agent in a listing appointment. Another 12 for 2. So you're talking 93% of the sellers never get past the second agent, get the listing appointment.
What sellers want from their agent? Obviously, being able to price the home competitively and properly. That's important. Help seller market home to potential buyers. Help sell the home with a specific time frame, and then help find a buyer for a home. And then, you know, obviously you having the resources whenever it comes to getting the house ready on a market, and help with negotiation dealing with buyers.
Pretty much same factors when it comes to the seller as the buyers do. Reputation, honesty, trustworthy. They knew you. They're within your sphere in your database, right?
Pretty interesting. Only 5%.
Oh, yes.
We're worried about the
I
commission.
had noticed that. Absolutely, right? We harp so much on commission, yet if you're providing the value, right? Right? Money is, right? Money is an object in the absence of and value, right? So, right? Money is only an issue in the absence of value. So if you're providing the value, the cost is going to be a lesser of a conversation, right? So same old stuff. Method used to sell a home. Hey guys, we're still in business, 90%. Yeah, right? 90% still an agent in those.
Right, awesome. I would like to invite our panelists that will come up front and share with you a few things that they have learned while at family reunion. So if you are sharing, please come on up.
Good deal. Here's the sitting in.
And we are gonna keep it short and very specific as far as what our agents or audience, I'm so sorry, can actually write down and implement right away. So what I would like to go ahead and start with is, what have you learned that you will implement or you implemented that will make you more money? Let's go ahead and let's start with Tasha.
For me, one of the things that stood out from family reunion is one of the breakout sessions, they said to be patient for results and impatient for activity. So that really resonated with me. So right off the bat, the things that I have implemented, just coming right off of family reunion, I'm bringing back my community Girl Scout giveaway. I'm doing a Spring Forward Get Your Pet Chipped event for my community, and I'm partnering with the local school in my neighborhood to sponsor my photo booth. I own a photo booth at the carnival. So for me, I focused on events and your sphere, activity with your sphere. So really quickly from one of the breakouts, this is what I got from the sphere class. This was touch points, 12 emails, send 12 emails on your local economy and market information, 12 text videos, call everyone once a quarter, 2 large events, 2 small events, 2 text messages to your database, send out happy birthday cards or text messages, happy New Year cards, and happy anniversary cards. So for me, for family reunion, that's what I focus on is my sphere and events. And that's what I'm doing.
Okay. Vegas was a little overwhelming, but we did it. We made it. And we attempted to make all the breakouts. There are a few things when you go to Vegas, like I said, or to family reunion, it is overwhelming. There's several classes that you can take. So you really need to focus on, like Tasha said, you know, the 3 areas of your business. And mine was listings, events, and then of course, Mel Robbins, Tony Robbins, you know, motivational speakers. So Tony Robbins was amazing. I missed Mel Robbins because I was sleeping. But I do have her information if anybody wants it. I did get her what she spoke about on that day. So one of the things that I went to is Jeff Glover's 5-step listing presentations. I do teach the listing presentation class here, so I wanted to learn more about that and what he does. So his 5-step listing presentation, I also have this in a flyer. If anybody wants it, you can text me, email me. My email is teraflores@kw.com. Just email me and I'll shoot it over to you, but I do have that information. He is on the MRA podcast as well. If you listen to the MRA podcast, he is speaking on that and he speaks about this exactly. So the 5-step listing presentation is content creation, of course. Create content that communicates your unique value. Practice. This is a big one. Practice, 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 practice every day for 30 days. So you need to know what you're talking about when you're sitting in front of those sellers. Delivery. He has 3, delivery, changing note of speed, tonality, volume, and body language, mirror and matching them. If they're speaking fast, you speak fast. If they're speaking slow, you speak slow. Communication, of course. He communicates 5 times with them before the appointment. So I didn't write it down here, but he sends them a text, he sends them an email, he gives them a phone call 5 times before the appointment. He communicates with them. And then of course the pre-listing appointment package. And again, I do teach this, but I've noticed the pre-listing appointment package is very impactful for sellers because it's your brag packet. So you're basically sending them that to brag about yourself. It's really hard to sit in front of somebody and brag about yourself, or it is for me. So I send my brag packet to them beforehand. That's the pre-listing appointment. So those are 5 of the things. I do have that if you guys want that.
Well, for myself, I've been to family reunion. I think this is my 3rd one, and it's very overwhelming if you don't plan in advance. So Mel Robbins was one of the keynote speakers, and her main objective was the 5-second rule. So what it does, it breaks the pattern in your brain that you can't do something. And I have handouts for everybody as well. So you count 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and you do it. Whether it's calling that FSBO, call expired, get out of bed, whatever you have to do, go to the gym. And it's impactful for me because I get up early, but and you can kind of see the steps here, but I get up early, but just getting up and doing what you're supposed to do, with me, it's the gym. I get up and I'll start working, but I'm supposed to be heading to the gym first. So that was a great breakout for me. That she was on the main floor as far as Mel Robbins, and you can kind of see she has the book 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So tomorrow, just start one day. Tomorrow, when you think that you're not going to call that expired door knock or go preview a house, just count 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and do it. And the something else as far as your ROI, because you're spending a lot of money. I know we don't have a lot of time. So my ROI, I meet people on different masterminds and what have you. Before the event, I schedule, like we had lunch with friends. We went to different events together at the Mandalay Bay. Someone was just screaming out they were going to an event, and I said we just jumped in the cab together. We didn't know each other, but now she's from New Jersey. Now we do. And how I've already gotten back my ROI. I had 2 closings in December from just someone just saying my name on some group, and then I have a closing coming up at the end of March. Not even the agent; it was somebody else she referred to me, and it's a very nice price point. So it's just being in relationship. I used to pass out a lot of cards. All I want to do is have a good conversation with you and go to lunch. You're not gonna be able to meet everyone, but those 20, 30 that you do, it's gonna be worth you going.
I love what you just shared. And actually, Melanie Horn was unable to attend, but she is passing around little gifts that she has collected from other agents while she was attending family reunion. So take a look at it as a different ideas for you to collect referrals. So thank you for sharing.
Absolutely. And I gave out body butter because I do make that. Normally I just make it during the holidays, but some people here have gotten it from me. But yes, it is. But it's just, I don't have time to make it. But I did give that to a lot of people that I had a substantial conversation with. Yeah. So it was great.
Right, Brandon.
Hi, party people. How are y'all?
Brandon is a party.
Well, we're gonna simmer that down. But yeah, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. So this was my first family reunion. And if anybody's ever been to college or university, I will equate it to like welcome week. It's very overwhelming, a lot of events to go to, trying to find your classes, like meeting different people. It was a lot. And I had the distinct pleasure to hear Brett Tanner speak at the Keller Williams YP Advance event. And he said so many nuggets that you try. My pen was writing the whole time. It was so many different things that he said. But the key takeaway that I took from it was he said a lot of agents end up taking time focusing on the mice versus the antelope, right? And so his whole thing is wealth building and investments. And so he said a lot of times, if you were to take the time to focus on building the antelope, which would be the key investments in your business, the retail side, which would be the mice, and trying to find the sellers and the buyers to follow that, will typically come by chasing the investment itself, if that makes sense. And so another key takeaway that he also said is, as agents, he said, most of us will listen to this speech and we won't go and do the research and underwrite the deals ourselves. Because a lot of people were saying the reason why they don't invest is because they're scared of the risk. They don't know where to get the money from. They don't know the connections. They don't know where to start. And he was saying, if you just start understanding the spreadsheet, and investments do live in spreadsheets. He was saying, if you don't like spreadsheets, you got to get over it. It's one of the key things. I hate a spreadsheet, but as I start working more and more with my investors, I'm living in spreadsheets all day long. And so we're diving into that, understanding ROI, understanding the investment, and understanding how to underwrite the deals itself, and then presenting the opportunity to go find the money to input ourselves into that deal that will also help 10x our business. And that's one of the books he did recommend is it's in my notes to go 10x. It's called 10x something. Find me and I'll tell you the book because I was ordering it. No, that wasn't. It wasn't that one. He wrote it. I wrote it down because he specifically good. Yeah, there's another one. He mentioned it. It was like 10x by 10x or something like that. But yeah, it was really great. There's so many more takeaways, but I know we're short on time, so I'm gonna end it there.
Thank you, Brandon.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Gleisha Givens, and this was my first time attending family reunion. And I tell you, I am still in awe. Just to see so many people, it was like being with giants. It was so many people from all over the place. And to see all of us congregate together to want to learn and have that energy, I was just excited about that alone. But overall, there were so many nuggets that were taken, some that was shared here. I definitely was able to take that in as well. I was so excited to see Tony Robbins. I've been wanting to see him forever, and to be able to sit in the same room with him and hear him and see his energy really excited me. And to see that he came and he had surgery, and that just showed that he showed up regardless. And that's something in this business that sometimes some of us may get a little lazy and may say, oh, I'm not going to do it today, or I'm going to cancel or whatever, and don't take the opportunity to go out and show up. Just show up sometimes. And he showed up. He didn't want to disappoint us, and he was there. One thing that Mel Robbins just kept resonating in my head was like, if you sit in fear, it gets bigger. And sometimes we're fearful of just stepping out and doing things. She has so many nuggets, even just waking up, just wake up and do it. So every morning, it's like I play our Rihanna song, work, 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 work. I get up and that energizes me to get my day started, to remind myself to just get out there. And I know this is redundant, but whatever you do, make sure that you're consistent. Consistency is always the winner. and also being disciplined. And so those areas really helped me to sit in one of the sessions with some of the producers, the top performing producers, who were talking about time blocking. You know, that's something that I myself constantly work on, making sure I learn how to time block, not being distracted, taking time out, even that means turning your phone off, you know, or setting some time aside and making people respect that this is my time that I have to get this work in. So I really appreciated that. And even right now with this market, we see that things are constantly changing, but don't forget that there's an advantage in every single market. Every single market, there's an advantage in that market, and just making sure that you stay in contact with your clients, make those phone calls, those, hey, how you doing phone calls, that leads into other opportunities. Because when people see that you're genuine, they appreciate that. They can feel that, and they will help you. And don't be afraid to ask for help, and let them know, I'm building my business. Do you know of anyone? Then you'll be surprised of what you'll get back. So if you can go, please go. Networking is the key. And I'm telling you, just one closing from that alone will pay for your family reunion ticket. So
That's
go
right.
out
Thank
there.
you very much. And lastly, Mike Day.
Okay, for all of you that were in the Never Ending Referrals class over the last 6 weeks, I went to one on client referrals. And there was Steve Schlueter, and he was 6'6", 6'7", way over 250 pounds, huge guy. I was quite surprised. But one of the things I remember about that class was that instead of asking for referrals, ask for an introduction or ask for a connection. Sounds a little less, but just that simple change of word makes it a whole lot easier for your people out there to help you. And they understand an introduction, they understand a connection, but they don't understand, oh, you want me to do something so you can make money. Big difference. But by far, way over everything else. I mean, Tony Robbins was great. He said, you need to have energy, you need to have focus. But then Mel Robbins got up there and actually told you how to do it, how to get it. And she talked about how you have all this stuff in the back of your brain where you're scared and you have grievances, you have anxiety. And she says, count backwards from 5. It'll just move everything back out to the front of your head where you're in a forward motion and you're doing. And she actually gave one of the examples that I always have, because I don't mind public speaking. I'll get up here and talk in front of 100 people and have a great time at it. But you put me in a room with 100 strangers, oh my God, it's awful. So here's a way to do it. Just count backwards from 5. I'd like everybody to try this. Try it yourself. You'll see. Count backwards from 5 and then go introduce yourself to somebody that's in here that you don't know. Really, I'll do it now. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hi, I'm Mike Day. I've been an agent now for about 10 years. Working on my coach job. My wife's really the true outstanding star. I have a leaser now, right? A small buyer. She's out there getting $1 million listings.
Love it. This is what we are going to do, leaders. Thank you, Mike. We are going to invite our business partners, New American Funding and Acosta, before introducing our lunch sponsor. As you're in a line for lunch, once they introduce themselves, I would like to challenge you to count 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and you introduce yourself to somebody in the room that you don't know. Yes or yes? Yeah. Awesome. Thank you to our panelists. Let's invite New American Funding and Acosta Insurance Agency.
Am I going behind you with my church tag?
After you.
Okay. Hey guys, I'm Elizabeth with James Acosta's office. We're the insurance partner here. I want to kind of piggyback off what Brandon was saying about investors. A lot of phone calls coming in our office and our agency, a lot about people calling, not even just to have their clients for their just buying a home anymore. They have investors, and good for them. They have like a really good, they've worked really hard for that. But what does that mean from an insurance point of view? It's not just the normal call. Hey, Elizabeth, I need a home quote, need a flood quote. Investors have different types of policies. So at our agency, we have a whole like section. There's not a lot of people want those. Not a lot of companies want to write them. So there's a lot of fewer, very small funnel for investors. But we have home policies are called dwelling only policies. So if you have an investor who wants to kind of start and you want to explain what that is, it just ensures the actual home, the structure, not the contents inside. That's going to be another policy for the tenant, of course. All the way up to like a huge umbrella with millions and millions of dollars where you would list all those properties. Okay. So there's a lot of choices in between, from condos to townhomes to individual ones. I just want everybody to know that we sell those too. We quote those too a lot. I didn't realize, I mean, especially after what we saw here today, that's a big thing. If people aren't buying, the investors are. So that if that's kind of your niche right now, or maybe you want it to be your niche, that is something that I've really seen trends here too. So anyway, my big thing is always try to get quotes and everything in option period. If you have questions or individual flood, really important right now, please don't hesitate to call. No questions too big or too small, really. Okay.
Awesome. Thank you. All right, Dale, take it away.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Dale Branch with New American Funding. Catherine Alby's here with us. Real quickly, talking about the Federal Reserve. The chairman spoke a little bit today in front of Senate. He talked about still waiting to get some good, positive information in the economy in order to determine when they will start cutting interest rates. The big conversation right now is probably sometime in May. So we've seen that home prices have gone up, but not as incrementally bad as what is on the mind of your buyers. We have to instruct them. Part of a home purchase and is obviously the mortgage. Their interest rate is going to fluctuate. Right now, though, we want to push these people to make their decision, get into a house before we start seeing the mass frenzy of people coming in and driving prices up. We can always refinance at a later date. One big thing that I really like that Elizabeth said is you've got to have homeowners insurance. Remember, if the age of the roof is over a certain number of years, they may not insure that property. I want you, if you can, get with the seller, get with the seller's agent. Can you provide some documentation to prove when this roof was replaced? It could be the difference in $15,000 or $20,000 to a potential seller to have to repair or replace a roof just to sell their house. Brandon, you had a question? It depends upon the carrier.
Most carriers, a lot of carriers we're right through, 15, 12 windstorm periods if you're a big, heavy tier 1 county. So we saw a lot in Missouri, Galveston. It's going down to 9. My house is 10 years old. I'm not even moving or putting outside my own home because I'm now risking the idea of having to get a new roof on my dime instead of waiting for a hurricane, right? Because we're over at 10. So, I mean, of course, there's lots of companies, lots of numbers, but I'm seeing about 10, 12.
Yeah, and so the days of the last minute, we're going to wait to get insurance is not going to work. We've got to keep that on the thought of our heads that needs to happen early in the transaction. Find it, because that's also going to impact their monthly payment, which either means they still qualify or do not qualify. We've got a class in regards to some credit and some mortgage financing that's on Tuesday. We still have to get out to you all a place to reserve or RSVP for bingo night, which is coming on Thursday, the 21st. So we're here for you. Please use this if we can. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Dale. Great information. I would like to invite our lunch sponsor. Thank you very much, and thank you for your patience.
Good morning, or maybe afternoon now. I'm Shanna Crane. I am with American Home Shield, and I am your go-to rep for all things home warranty. So I wanted to be here today. I want y'all to know that I'm more than just a lunch sponsor. I am here actually for your business. And so I think I wouldn't be taking advantage of my time if I didn't say that and ask for the business. So I love to work with y'all. I've been in the industry over 10 years. And today I was just going to share a couple of facts. So with American Home Shield, 1 in 4 home buyers use their home warranty in the first 60 days. So what does that mean? It means they have a failure within the first 60 days. Now, who is the first person they're going to call? They're going to call you. So the question is, what does that second phone call look like, right? Where are you directing them? So if the home warranty is in place, you have a place to send them, a place to direct them. You're going to shift it from you to us, okay? So we want to be sure we're keeping that in mind. So another statistic, I have several, but I shortened it, is 45% of appliance claims are on appliances 5 years and younger. Y'all know appliances aren't made like they used to be, right? They used to be made to last 20 years. So now they're more made to last 7 to 8 years. So we want to be sure that we're selecting a plan that fits the client's needs. And if they have appliances, maybe that are 4 or 5 years old, that they have appliances included in that plan. And it does mean it can be appliances left with the home or brought to the home. Okay, so we have 3 different plans. We have the Shield Essential, which is $475, Shield Plus, which is $640, and the Shield Complete, which is $835. I want y'all to keep that in mind when you're writing those contracts so that you know what you're putting in that number, okay? Does anyone have any questions for me today? No? Okay, so what was the price for the Shield Essential? Does anyone remember? $475, here we go.
Give him a round of applause.
Okay, and then what about the Shield Complete, the top plan? $835. Yeah. All right, and then if everyone will just get out their phone real quick, my phone number, I'm going to give it to you. Okay, my name, Shanna Crane, right there. Phone number, 832-415-7120. Okay? One more time. 832-415-7120. All right, and y'all, I look forward to working with you. I really want to be a resource to your business and help you with your transactions. So thank y'all so much and have a great day.
Awesome. Thank you very much. All right, guys, let's go ahead and line up for lunch. And do not forget 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Introduce yourself to the stranger in the room. Thank you. See you next week.